how to listen to God. I'm gonna put in a little caveat here that I put in a few of my other videos, which is that for the first 18 years of my life, I was a complete atheist. I did not believe in God. I did not grow up with religion or spirituality. I didn't like the word God. I was very averse to the languaging of it. But the reason why I'm saying this is that this video is for anyone. Whether you believe in God or not, whether you're spiritual or not, whatever your orientation is with that, no matter who you are, everyone wants to be living an authentic life. We're constantly faced in this crazy world with so many decisions and challenges, and we want to be doing the right thing. Everyone wants to be fulfilled, everyone wants to be happy, and everyone wants to know that they're on the right path. And the best way that I have found, hands down, is to listen to the inner voice, to the intuition, to the Godhead, with every decision you do, to check in with that and to act on that. Because for the past 7 years, with all the biggest decisions of my life, anytime I have consulted God or prayed, it has led to the best experience that I could have possibly dreamed of. So in this video, I'm gonna take on a big undertaking here, and I'm gonna give you guys my 3 biggest tips that I have ever found, my 3 pillars that I rely upon in order to listen to God. The first one is pretty simple, and it's prayer. So in order to receive, we have to ask for it. And I'll link above, but I did a video on actually how to pray. And prayer is very simple. Prayer is surrendering your conscious mind and allowing your unconscious mind to come through. Millions of people have witnessed this phenomenon with writing down their goals. So every morning, writing down your top 10 goals in the first person present tense. Very commonly, I've witnessed this in my own life, every 30, 60, 90 days, you start knocking out all these goals that you've been working on your entire life, getting nowhere. And once you actually become clear and write it down and drill it into your subconscious mind, what you're trying to actually do, it just starts happening. And prayer works in the same way. I think for me and for a lot of people, we get confused because we're living in such a dense physical universe. We're in these bodies, we can taste, smell, hear, touch, see. So many things are going on. We're all separate from each other. Everyone's hoarding resources and trying to get ahead of everyone else. And it can become very confusing. But what science is discovering and what the holy men or the spiritual people have known for a long time is that the physical universe that we're experiencing is the very tip of the iceberg, and that what is existing underneath that, the source of existence that we can't even see, is 99% of everything else. I call this God. Science isn't calling it that yet. Maybe they will in the future. But the truth is that this is irrelevant of time or space, and that what is such a part of everything that we're seeing and experiencing we cannot even see, beneath everything else is that Godhead, is that source, and that's our subconscious mind. That's the universal mind. That's within us, that's our intuition. And the craziest thing is that by praying and surrendering, we can tap into this all-knowing source and we can make very good decisions. The second pillar or tip, I was actually pretty surprised by, and I came up with it, actually I was praying, I was asking God, like, how the heck am I gonna teach people how to listen to God? And the biggest thing that came through was honesty and authenticity. And the more I meditated on it, the more it made sense. And I can paint this in a very clear case study for you guys, but honesty is basically listening to yourself, so being honest with yourself, being willing to accept that which is within you, and then authenticity is having the courage to act in that honest behavior and to be able to speak that to others. And what I notice in my own life is I don't drink alcohol. So very commonly, I'll be out in different social situations and someone will offer me a drink and I'll say a number of different things, but most commonly I'm like, oh, no thank you, I don't drink, or no thank you, I'm actually experimenting with no alcohol and I'm really benefiting from it a lot. And so I say it in a very calm, relaxed, confident manner, and typically people are extremely affected by this, but the most common response that I get is across the board, almost everyone's like, oh yeah, I've been really struggling with that lately. I've been really wanting to drink less alcohol. I've been just doing it because my friends are doing it. I'm really trying to improve upon that and drink less. So everyone within us, we all have the inner voice, and it can be so hard to hear sometimes, but it's all there. And I remember when I was in college, going out, drinking, the voice was always there, just saying, why are you doing this? What are you doing? Why did you drink last night? Why are you staying up late? You're into health. What are you doing? And that voice is always there, but as humans, we have become so good in our society at suppressing and repressing the inner voice in whatever way possible. People do it with drugs and alcohol, with just being busy, with hanging out with the wrong kinds of people, just whatever it may be. We're always constantly repressing our inner voice. And the craziest thing is, once you start to be honest and authentic with yourself, and if you stop drinking alcohol and start acting authentically, the craziest thing is, we're trying to fit in, we're social beings, we're trying to be accepted and loved by others, so we're trying to do what others are doing. We're falling into the trap of basically just following the crowd, doing what everyone else is doing. And the craziest thing is, when I started acting myself and I realized, hey, I don't like going out to bars. I don't like drinking alcohol. I don't like behaving in that kind of social environment. What was crazy is that people wanted to be around me more because they could actually see who I was. A lot of trust was built by them knowing that I wasn't hiding anything. So when you become authentic and honest, you can stop hiding from others, start being yourself, and everyone is so attracted to that because it gives them permission to be themselves. And I think that God is like giving you this rope, and the more that you start pulling on it and pulling on it by being honest and authentic, the more rope you're getting. But when we drop the rope and stop being honest and authentic, it's a lot harder to listen to the inner voice, so it's like a muscle that grows. And then the third pillar, the final pillar, is maybe a little bit surprising as well, and it's health. So I actually did another video, which I'll link above, and it was how diet healed my acne and raised my self-esteem when I was a teenager. And it's a super peculiar story about how like the 17-year-old kid started eating fruits and vegetables, and I stopped eating dead animals, dairy, bread, processed foods. And as a result, I not only detoxified my body, but I also mixed up and just cleaned out a lot of energy, and I started becoming highly attracted to spirituality. And when people would start talking about God or love or forgiveness or meditation or prayer, I became so attracted to that, and it really shifted my entire paradigm for life. And what I found is that we're living in these physical bodies, we're spirit housed in these physical bodies, and that the healthier and cleaner and just more active we can make our bodies, the easier it is to listen to the inner voice and to gain body awareness and to become sensitive to it. Because I think you have to become sensitive to really be able to hear, feel, and act upon the Godhead or the inner voice. And this is done not only through diet, but from getting out in the sunshine, hanging out with friends, watching sunsets, meditating, having sex, exercising, swimming in cold water, doing whatever makes you feel good and whatever you enjoy and whatever's healthy for your body, and it's gonna become a lot easier to listen to, hear, and act upon your inner voice. So I hope you guys like this video. Please like, subscribe, and comment. I'm always blown away when I get comments. Like, I'm always just like, oh my gosh, like someone watched this video. And it's really crazy because I started this blog originally just to train my writing and speaking. And it's been amazing for doing that when I'm busy and have other things going on, to always pump out a video and article a week. But what I'm finding is that when people comment, it gives me a lot of motivation to actually make these videos to help people. And if it can be helpful, that's awesome. So if you really like this, if you thought it was cool, please share it so more people can see it, so more people can start being themselves. And I think that this world would be a lot cooler or funner of a place to be in. But I'll see you guys next week. Ciao.